So I may not be a mind reader, but I do know the number one question that people have is when is this going to stop? When are we going to start seeing a recovery for ADA and other assets across the crypto market? And we're waiting for one specific thing right now that I want to talk about in this video with you guys. And I do want to address a comment that was basically insinuating that this isn't healthy and that ADA is not doing what it's done before. And it's just frankly a flat out lie. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So just to give you guys a little bit of context, we're all in this together. During the past few days, I've seen my portfolio bleed 6 figures. Does it bother me? Not really. Does it suck? Yeah, you never want to see that happen. But at the same time, these are the times in the market that I don't play games. I don't try to get cute and try to, pick up, let's try to sell the top and then buy the bottom of a retracement. That's incredibly difficult to do. And sometimes you can get close, but sometimes the market decides to punish you. All right. And we've seen this time and time again, because when these moves to the downside are violent, the recoveries to the upside tend to be extremely violent as well. So unfortunately, ADA right now has been dropping along with the crypto market. And you guys can see that, we actually broke through this big red box I had. This is actually the top of our earlier cycle high from this year in terms of ADA. So right now we're kind of in a zone of we're kind of in no man's land right now. All right. Means that if ADA keeps dropping here, we could see 74 cents. We could see 72 cents. Our basically support box down here is right at about 70 cents. And I'm not saying that we're going to get there or we have to get there or anything like that. Just know that we're still dealing with the kind of an extension, kind of a nuclear fallout from Wednesday, which really wasn't even that big of a deal. It's kind of wild that it's actually continued as long as it has, but you know what? Retail tends to do stupid stuff, especially no offense to anybody, but that's what's happening right now is retail, liquidations. So what is really leading the way in this is BTC. BTC just continues to drop. And the problem is when BTC does these drops violently, the rest of the crypto market doesn't like it. And what's kind of crazy about this is we're not even at the lowest price for BTC in December, but yet the rest of the crypto market is acting like we are. Now, what we have done is we've actually touched the bottom of our Bollinger Band, which may in fact be a good bounce spot for BTC. We'll see what happens over the course of the day, but know that we do have support kind of around that 92K range as well. So we're sitting obviously about $1,000 above that right now. We'll see what happens as the day goes on. But basically what we've done is we've worked into liquidating a lot of these long leverage positions in terms of BTC. And now that a lot of this has been wiped out, look what's filled in on top of here. All right. Tons and tons and tons of short leverage. Actually, I should pull up the 3-day on this. I bet you just look at this big old wave of short leverage. Market makers are going to have a very clear path in the not so distant future. And that's to try to liquidate all this short leverage that sits above here. All right. This isn't a guarantee. This isn't financial advice or anything like that, but the market wants to move a very specific way. And right now, kind of what we're waiting for across the crypto market is the value investors to step in. Okay. So whales over the past few days have been very, very quiet. They haven't been doing a whole lot, not really dumping, not really buying, just kind of quietly and patiently waiting for that moment that they can accumulate where they think there is in fact enough of a discount. All right. And we have now approached these ranges, typically in this 30 to 40% range. That's about where assets begin to pop, especially once we enter the early part of alt season on these extension legs that we're seeing. That's usually where assets have a nice recovery. Right now, in terms of ADA, we're right at about that 40% spot. All right. And now I want to talk about this specific comment. And what this said was, this is not what happened every cycle. You aren't paying attention. This isn't a healthy move. ADA bled far more than top alts. And that's actually just a flat out lie. First of all, ADA isn't even the worst performing asset in the top 20. Okay. It has not retraced the most over 7 days. It has not retraced the most over the last 24 hours. It has not retraced the most even in the last hour. So don't even know what this comment is talking about. And frankly, yeah, this is exactly what we did last market cycle. Again, I don't want to keep pulling this up, but you guys get the point, right? Now, while this isn't exactly the same, you guys can see, for example, we didn't retrace as much on this early part of this leg. We're retracing a little bit more on the later part of this leg. But what it led to was that extension. And this extension takes place every single market cycle. It's a question of where, right? Do we bounce from here? Do we need to chop before we get into 2025? Do we see a little more retracement? Nobody knows. All right. No, I'm not a fortune teller. I don't have a crystal ball, right? Can't tell you exactly what it's going to do. But again, it's kind of wild how much into this Wyckoff distribution we've been playing into. Now, again, there's no guarantee that we extend and drop into phase E. It's possible, but at the same time, there's a lot of support down here. All right. So these aren't early market moves. And now looking back at ADA, even through the last bull market cycle, this is a healthy move. People need to understand that the price that you pay for extreme gains is extreme volatility. For example, all the way back in November of 2020, kind of a similar time frame to what we're seeing right now, ADA made a 40% retracement. All right. Fast forward into the early part of 2021. This is January of 2021, early part of alt season. Okay. 35%. ADA had another 30% retracement just days later. If I could measure this, come on. If I could measure this, ADA had another 30% retracement just a few days later, moving even further on. And you guys get the point here, right? 30% retracement, another 30+% retracement right here. And even in the depths of the bull market cycle, deep alt season, ADA saw a 60% retracement. So yeah, and these all went on to set new higher highs. These are not uncommon things. Even ADA recently, guys, from the early part of this bull market cycle, had a 60% retracement. All right. These are not uncommon things. These are not moves that are out of the realm of the norm. Okay. But what they do lead to is, again, buying opportunities. I've seen a lot of people around the space here and around the channel saying, yep, I accumulated, I bought the dip. And that's awesome because guess what? We're in a 40% dip. We're in a 40% discount from prices that we saw just 2 weeks ago. And frankly, this news that really caused this all to happen, it's a big nothing burger. And what we're seeing is just this massive overreaction from the crypto market like we talked about. So the funny thing about this is I would not be surprised if we look at prices probably a month or a month and a half from now, and these prices that we're seeing right now are just a distant memory. Okay. Nothing has changed. New administration is coming in, pro crypto embrace. US based cryptos are kind of the central focus of the US's push and adoption forward. None of that stuff has changed. And what we're seeing right now is people just getting shook out of their positions. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. We're doing the same thing we've always done. It wouldn't surprise me if now that we've hit these 40% retracements, if you do start to see some big value investors step in and start to accumulate. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Have you picked up some ADA and are you prepared for what is about to come? Have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.